You probably already know these two grammar forms, 위해 or 위한, and they mean in order to, or you can translate these as for, like I'm doing this for something or someone. If you don't already know these, first I will link to a video in the description box below where you can learn the basics of how they work. And these literally mean in order to, and you can use them in formal speech or in letters, but they can often be a bit stiff or literal sounding, like you're translating something. So first let me give you an example. 한국어를 더 잘하기 위해. So in order to speak, literally do, in order to speak more well, in order to speak better Korean, 열심히 공부하고 있어요. So I am studying 열심히. I'm studying hard in order to speak better Korean. Now this sentence is perfectly correct, but it can sound a bit stiff, and as a result, you're not going to hear this sort of sentence used by a native speaker. So I'm going to show you a more natural way to say in order to or for. I also got this idea, I should give credit where credit's due. I got this idea from a channel supporter who was asking if there was a more natural way to say in order to. Also, thank you again to all of my channel supporters as well as Patreon supporters. You help me to make this channel. I can't do this without you because I wouldn't be able to pay for the electricity to run these lights or anything that you see here. So again, huge thank you to all of my supporters. And if you're interested in supporting me, you can find links to that in the description box below. Fortunately, this problem is really easy to fix. You only need to swap this form with another form, and you might already know that form. Cool. Now this form actually doesn't mean in order to. It means intending to do something, like you're going to, you intend to. And you might already know how to conjugate this form, but let me give you a really quick review. You take an action verb stem, and if the action verb stem ends with a consonant, you'll attach 으려고, and if the action verb stem ends with this letter, which is known as lir, or if it ends in a vowel, you'll just attach 려고. So for a few quick examples, 하다, the verb stem is just 하, which ends in a vowel, so you attach 려고. 먹다, meaning to eat, ends with a consonant, you get 먹으려고. And 팔다, to sell, ends with this letter, so you get 팔려고. Now, normally this form will actually be followed by the verb 하다. It can also be followed by other verbs, but if you follow it with 하다, it means you are intending to do something. So you can make a sentence really simple, 가려고 해요. So I am intending to 가다. I am intending to go, so I'm going to go. But there's actually nothing saying that you have to end this form with 하다 or any specific verb at all. And that's because this form itself, 려고, already means intending, and it can also be used that way to mean in order to. So if you think of it that way, 가려고 doesn't just translate as intending to go, but also in order to go. For example, 표를 사려고 돈을 벌었어요. Intending to, 사다, to buy. Intending to buy a ticket, 돈을 벌다, means to earn money. So I earned money intending to buy a ticket, literally. So a natural way to translate this, again, not literally because it doesn't literally mean in order to, but a more natural way is, in order to buy a ticket, I earned money. So I earned money to buy a ticket, or in order to buy a ticket. Okay, this is just one example. Let's go back to our first example then. Let me rewrite that. 한국어를 더 잘 하려고 열심히 공부하고 있어요. I am studying hard, intending to speak Korean better. So intending to speak better Korean, I'm studying hard. And this is so much more natural than our other sentence, and it sounds like something a native speaker might say, except that, well, I guess native speakers aren't really studying Korean, so never mind. 한국어를 더 잘 하려고 열심히 공부하고 있어요. So I'm studying hard in order to speak better Korean, or just I'm studying hard to speak better Korean. Here's another one. 체육 선생님, so a PE, a physical education teacher, 되려고 준비하고 있어요. So I am preparing, intending to become a PE teacher. So I'm preparing in order to become, 되다, a PE teacher. Or just, I'm preparing to become a PE teacher. I should note that this 우려고 form is only used in the first or second person. So this means that you can use this form to say something like, I am doing something in order to, or you are doing something in order to, but not he or she or they, so not any third person is doing something in order to. And this is because in Korean, it's assumed you can't know 100% what someone else is thinking, what someone else desires, what someone else is intending to do. Now, you technically could say something like, I think a third person is intending to, or I heard or they said that they are intending to, but you wouldn't be able to say they are or they were intending to do something directly. So to keep things simple, just use it for I intend or you intend, at least until you get the hang of how to use it. And to be safe, use 위해 or 위한, as we learned before, to talk about any third person. Also, make sure that this form makes sense when you translate it to intending to in your head. So this form won't be able to replace 위해, meaning in order to, in every single sentence because of that. Some sentences, it will simply sound awkward if you were to swap it with intending to. It might not make sense. So in those sentences, keep using 위해 or 위한, but most sentences you'll be able to change it. So where else have you seen this form used before? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in another video. 그럼 다음에 또 봐!